Hi, Sara Nicholson with Nicholson Tutoring here, sharing another quick test prep video. Today I want to talk about pacing on the ACT and how actually slowing down and attempting fewer questions can actually increase your score. Let's talk about how to do that. On the screen, you'll see that I have a raw to scaled score conversion from a recent ACT test. And just to quickly review, if you look at the sidebars, we have the scaled score. This is your 1 through 36 score. And then in the middle, where I'm drawing green arrows, these are your raw scores. So how many questions you have to answer correctly to get the corresponding scaled score. Let's look at math for a second. Some students have a really common goal score of a 30. And to get a 30 in math, you have to answer 52 out of the 60 questions correctly. Most students mistakenly think that the best way to do this is to attempt every single question in the math section, and then hopefully only make 8 mistakes. Let's talk about why that's flawed. We know that the math section goes from easy to hard as we progress through the 60 questions. Therefore, the most difficult and typically time-consuming questions are going to be at the very end. If we know this is the case, it actually is more strategic to intentionally not attempt maybe 5 or 6 questions at the end, and instead focus your 60 minutes on the 54 or 55 questions. Spend a little bit more time on each question, cut down on those careless mistakes, and avoid the questions that are generally, for most students, a time suck without a lot of reward. If your goal score is, let's say, a 25 in math, we apply the same principle. So let's look here. A 25 in math would mean that we would, in this test, be needing anywhere from 39 to 41 correct answers. Now, notice also, as we go down the scale, you get a little more wiggle room with each scaled score point. So in this case, we actually could miss 20 questions and still end up with our goal score. Where should those 20 questions come from? Ideally from the end. Ideally from the end, so that, again, we're getting our points from the easy, medium questions, and we're just avoiding the things that are going to take the longest and have the lowest percentage chance of us getting them correct. So maybe in our 60 minutes, we decide we're going to attempt 45 questions, again, guess on the last 15, and you're going to end up with a higher score than if you've attempted all 60. Stay tuned for more videos and feel free to check out my website, nicholsontutoring.com, for other helpful tips and tricks.